You know, guys, I don't want to lie, man. This story of two police officers that were killed in Roodepoort is not sitting down well with me. And I think our safety has been compromised by Ramaphosa. I mean, if you are the president of the country and you decide to appoint someone like Professor Firoz Cachalia to be the acting police minister, you are putting the safety of South Africans in jeopardy. And this is exactly what Ramaphosa did. Ramaphosa is gambling with our safety and he does not even care. He doesn't care because they are protected by the best. And we have to be protected by the people that are vulnerable to criminals. This is why I look at this appointment of Professor Firoz Kachalia and listen to things that he says and can easily say that this is not the guy for the job. He is not the guy for the job. But before we actually get to Kachalia, let's see what happened in Roodepoort. Two police officers were shot and killed outside Roodepoort Magistrates Court on Friday. According to Gauteng provincial spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Mavela, who was on the scene, the two police officers were shot and killed while transporting suspects from the court. The two police officers were shot and killed while transporting suspects from the court. The Roodepoort record journalist Johan Meyer confirmed that the roads around the court are blocked and that the forensic team is busy collecting the evidence. So this is a developing story and more updates will be provided as they become available. And I think this story has actually made a lot of South Africans very angry. Why? Because of the things that were said by the new acting police minister when it comes to the police and shoot and kill. So now the police has released a social media post asking South Africans to help them look for this guy who is called Thaba Moyo, who is supposedly responsible for these murders. So this social media post says that the South African Police Service is offering a cash reward for anyone who has information on Jabulani Thabang Moyo, who is wanted in connection with the killing of two police officers in Roodepoort on Friday, the 8th of August 2025. We are putting a 150,000 cash reward for anyone who can lead us to where he is. This criminal is very dangerous. Do not approach him. He has no regard for life, and we are warning anybody that has information to come forward and not approach this killer. Those who may have information on this case, including the whereabouts of Moyo, are encouraged to call Warrant Officer Robisino from the Hawks on 0728444444442. So this is a guy that has been wanted by the police. This is the so-called Jabulani Thabang Moyo. And I can bet that this guy is not a South African. And this is exactly why we say the ANC opening up our borders, it is treason. Because now the police officers are being killed by the people that come outside of this country. This is the kind of the audacity that we talk about when we talk about the crimes that are being committed by these people that are coming outside of this country. Can you just imagine me right now going to Botswana and start murdering the police in Botswana? Totally unacceptable. But in this country, this is what happens. And these are the results of the open borders. And I'm sure this guy is not even in South Africa anymore. He's not even in South Africa anymore because there are no borders in this country. The ANC has allowed a situation where the country does not have the borders. So this guy, I'm sure he's chilling somewhere in Zimbabwe. He's not even worried. He's going to come back after a couple of weeks and continue to do his criminality. And this is the fault of the ANC. We need to make it clear. This is the fault of the ANC. This is the fault of Ramaphosa as the president. This is the fault of the government. The fact that these people are allowing the borders to be open, and now our police officers are faced with these hardened criminals that are killing them on an eye blink. It is their fault. It is their fault. So right now, the police says that we are offering a cash reward for anybody who comes with the information on Jabulani Moyo, who is wanted in connection with the killing of two police officers in Roodepoort on Friday. We are putting a 150,000 cash reward for anybody who can lead us to where he is. This criminal is very dangerous. Do not approach him. He has no regard for life. And we are warning anybody that has information to come forward and not approach this killer. It is sad, guys, for me to sit here and say that I would not encourage anybody to go to South African Police Service with their information. The reason why I would not encourage you to go to South African Police Service with any information is because your safety will be compromised on the spot. The whistleblowers are being killed in this country. And the people that are supposed to protect the whistleblowers are not protecting the whistleblowers. So as an average South African, chances are, if you see this guy and you go to the police to report this guy is going to know that you reported him. We know that the South African Police Service as an institution, it is a corrupt institution that is run by the criminals. So why should average South Africans risk their safety? Why should I risk the safety of my family and go to police station and say that I know where Moyo is? I don't trust the police. I don't trust the South African Police Service. I don't trust them at all. And I know some people might say, but Thomas, this guy is a criminal and he has killed the police officers and he needs to be. I totally agree that this guy should be put behind bars. But as an average South African, you need to understand that these people that are supposed to protect us are working with the criminals. General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi told us about the criminality that is happening in the South African Police Service. We know that people are being killed for going to the police and reporting crime. Do as you want with that information. Do as you want with that information. If South African Police Service was an credible institution that was working hard to protect the lives of South Africans, I would easily tell South Africans that, guys, look where this guy is and go to the police station and report where this guy is. You can still do that as a South African, as a patriotic South African. But you need to understand the risks that are going to come with that. You need to understand that if you go and say that such and such are selling drugs, the police is going to tip off that person. They're going to say, Thomas is the one that came here and told us that you sell the drugs. This is what has become of the South African Police Service. A total disgrace. This is what this institution has come to. And there are many, many cases of that. People saying that I reported anonymously, but somehow my phone numbers were leaked to the criminals. I went to the police and I was whispering to the police to say, such and such and such are selling drugs, such and such and such and such are selling. And our information has been leaked to the criminals. And it is sad that we are saying this about the South African Police Service because this is an institution that is supposed to protect South Africans. But right now, it looks like this institution is putting the lives of South Africans in more danger. So what are we going to do as South Africans? What should I do as an average South African if I see this guy? Should I go to the police station and tell these people that I saw this guy and I know the whereabouts of this guy? Should I do that as an average South African? Is it worth it for you to do that? It is sad, man. It is sad. And I think, again, that more police officers are going to be killed, guys. Like I said, they are going to be killed because they understand that the guy that is leading this institution, Professor Cachalia, does not believe in shoot to kill. Cachalia told us before he even assumed office, he is not the fan of shoot and kill. Cachalia said that if we talk strongly with these criminals, somehow they're going to listen. So you can just wonder what goes in the minds of the policemen and women. That if my life is being threatened and I take out a gun and I eliminate a threat, chances are I'm going to go to jail. Because the minister of the police does not believe in me defending myself. You remember, guys, this is what this so-called acting police minister said.
I think a lot of South Africans would, have come to a point where they believe that our laws and the constitution are very soft on criminals and criminality. I'm sure you're familiar with that.
Very often we've had ministers, with all due respect to them, and national commissioners who appear to think that the problem that can be solved through tough rhetoric, strong language and firmness must be communicated to the public. But I do not believe that Skopskiet and Donner brings down crime. In fact, what it does is criminalize the police. Shoot to kill. Giving the police a license to murder is not the answer.
There you have it, guys. The new acting police minister, Professor Cachalia, believes that we can solve crime with a strong rhetoric. This is what this guy believes. And this is a guy that Ramaphosa has saw fit to appoint as the acting police minister. So your safety as an average South African is in the hands of a guy who believes that they can stop criminality and crime with strong language. A guy who does not believe in shoot to kill. This is exactly what I say. When I say that our safety has been compromised by this president. And in my books, this is treason. I don't know about you guys, but in my books, this is treason. If you are the president of the country and you're going to appoint somebody who's going to tie the hands of the police that are facing these hardened criminals, you have committed treason. You have actively acted against the state. And this is what Ramaphosa has basically done. This is exactly what he has done. So now, Cachalia was acting as if he cared about these people that were killed, because he went to see the families of these people that were killed, and this is what he said. Now Cachalia says that no, we won't rest until we find a guy that has killed these people. These are hardened criminals. I mean, of course, these are hardened criminals. These are the people that the police is facing on the daily basis. But Cachalia still had the audacity to go and do a podcast and tell South Africans that some of the problems that we are solving with the gun can be solved with a strong rhetoric. So now this guy is going there to visit the families of those two people. I mean, like, at this point, I actually feel like the families of those people, they should have chased this guy out. They should have chased this guy out to say, you don't believe in our children defending themselves. So why are you here? Why, as the acting police minister, are you here? Why are you offering your condolences? Why are you telling us that the police will do everything in their power to make sure that these people are arrested? Why are you promising us accountability? Whereas you have already told South Africans that you don't believe in the police defending themselves. This guy should have been chased out by the families of these people. This is what I believe. They should have chased him out because he does not care about the safety of South African police service officers. He does not care about the fact that these people are facing criminals who would not even think twice before they take their lives away. This is the reason why Ramaphosa appointing this guy was a betrayal to us as South Africans and was actually putting our safety in jeopardy.
Yesterday I was also informed by the National Commissioner that another officer in Mpumalanga was also slain. This is just...
Of course, the criminals will go out and they will kill police officers in their numbers. Of course, this is what they will do. The reason is because if you are the acting police minister, you go on a big platform and you start telling South Africans that we can solve criminality with a strong rhetoric. We can stop the killings basically with a strong rhetoric. Guess what? The criminals are listening. The criminals are listening and they are saying, oh, we have been given an opportunity to kill these people and there's nothing they're going to do because they have Cachalia there. And if these people dare to fight back, Cachalia will ensure that these people are thrown to jail. Because Cachalia says that he believes that shoot to kill, it criminalizes the police. So he's willing to put the police behind the bars because these people are defending themselves against the criminals. So the criminals are listening to what this guy said. The criminals know that right now, as we speak, the police officers, their hands are tired. There is nothing that they can do. Their hands are tired. Their hands are tired. Welcome, Professor Cachalia. This is exactly what we told you. We told you that this is going to happen. We told you that if you start saying things like that, criminals will smile. I'm sure they were dancing that day. I'm sure the criminals, they had a long weekend. They were buying Johnny Walker, J&B, left, right, and center. Because now they have a police minister who does not believe in the police defending themselves.
Yesterday, I was also informed by the National Commissioner that another officer in Mpumalanga was also slain. This is just another reminder of the difficult and dangerous work that the South African Police Service.
Cachalia, you are not in any space to remind us of any danger that is being faced by the police. You have already dismissed it. You cannot, in one episode, you say that you don't believe in shoot to kill because you believe that shoot to kill, it criminalizes the police. And you believe that some of these things that we are solving with a bang, bang, bang can be solved with a strong rhetoric. And at the same time, come and remind us that these officers are facing these hardened criminals. You cannot do that. You cannot have your cake and eat it. Cachalia cannot have his cake and eat it. He cannot. He cannot now suddenly tell South Africans about the dangers that are being faced by the police officers on the ground. We told him when he was busy telling South Africans that he does not believe in shoot to kill. We told him that these people, men, are facing hardened criminals. General Mkhonazi told us many times that if you don't believe us when we tell you that these people that we are faced with will kill you in a second, come and volunteer. Come and volunteer. We see our people being killed. We are burying our soldiers every week. So now the same guy who told us that shoot to kill was wrong is also telling us about the difficulties that are being faced by the police on the ground. He cannot do that. South Africans should not allow Cachalia to do that because at this point, he's just gaslighting us. He's saying things that he knows that South Africans wants to hear. But this is not what he believes. Cachalia believes in solving criminality with a strong rhetoric. This is what Cachalia believes.
Yesterday, I was also informed by the National Commissioner that another officer in Mpumalanga was also slain. This is just another reminder of the difficult and dangerous work that the South African Police Service and its members do on behalf of our people, and the dangerous and vicious nature of the criminals out there who are willing to kill without mercy. I am confident that in this particular case, the suspects and the police are already making progress, that the suspects will be apprehended and that they will face justice.
Just listen to this guy, man. Like, just listen to this guy. Just listen to him. Just listen to him. So the police officers had to be killed before Cachalia can actually say, okay, these people are facing hardened criminals that will kill you in a second. So people's lives had to be sacrificed before this guy actually acknowledges the dangers that the police officers are facing on the ground. I mean, like, how can Ramaphosa make such a person the acting police minister? Man? How? I honestly do not understand. I don't understand. You look at, not only in the police, you look at some of the appointments that were made by Ramaphosa. You look at his ministers. This guy simply does not care. He simply does not care. He does not care about you. He does not care about your safety. He does not care about the safety of your family. He doesn't. But then it looks like, at least in the South African Police Service, we have somebody with common sense, because the National Commissioner, General Fanima Simola thinks that, the police should defend themselves. They should defend themselves. And I think this is something that is totally contrary to what his boss believes.
We have been at Roteport police station earlier today. As one will know that we experienced a tragic incident yesterday where 2 members of South African Police Service were shot dead. As South African Police Service, we lost 3 members in total in the last 24 hours in the line of duty. 2 are detectives attached to Florida Police Station, where they were seconded to the district doing trio crime task team, and the other officer is stationed at the Skumansdal, which is in Mpumalanga province. This is not only the attack on the Justice and Crime Prevention and Security cluster, but it is an attack on the authority of the state, where we lost 3 members within 24 hours. In the last financial year, 27 men and women in blue have died in the line of duty. From the 1st of April 2025 to date, 6 police officers have lost lives during attacks. And we'll also remember earlier this month, 2 members more were attacked in Putadichava. Luckily, they survived, but they are in critical condition. They're still in a hospital. They are not just numbers that we are talking about. It is mothers and fathers who have left families behind to fend for themselves. Most of them were breadwinners in their household, but most importantly, they were members of who were dedicated to lay their life down to serve the people of this country. Indeed, we cannot remain silent, and it cannot be business as usual when criminals have clearly declared war on members of South African Police Service.
Oh, tell that to Cachalia. Tell that to Cachalia.
Hence, I'm making a call once more to members of South African Police Service to say, have been trained, you know the law. The tools of trade we gave you, which is the firearm, you must use it when your life is in danger or the life of any other member of the public is in danger. Do not hesitate to protect yourself, because we do not want to lose you. We still need you. Remember to always use force that is proportional to the threat, and I am pleading with you that please, let's try and make sure that we do our work without fear and favor, and let's protect the people of this country, but also let's protect one another. I've just engaged with the family of the 51-year-old warrant officer Wisile Sinto. He's a detective attached to the Johannesburg Trio Task Team, as I said earlier. And the Johannesburg Trio Task Team is a unit responsible for investigating robberies in general, house, business robbery, as well as car and truck checking.
So you can hear, man, the language is a bit different from the National Commissioner and the Minister. The Minister does not believe in shoot to kill, but the National Commissioner believes in the police defending themselves. Said, man. Guys, what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.